I didn't.
down the toilet.
Yes,
and
I remember that. That's
Who's
what that was
one
during.
with lids
That
out
was
there?
during the middle of the day. Though. That was like
No,
early
it was
evening.
evening.
It was evening
Because I could see the car pull up.
With the light flashing. And I didn't find out until a few years ago that Ben had talked him into doing that.
Oh, I knew
Turning
that.
on his light. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
he
never
was a
heard
setup.
that.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
he's
I
a-
didn't know that.
Who's that student nurse?
And by the way, Bob Johnson is the guy that got busted from the police force for taking money from a lawyer on drunk driving cases, so he wouldn't show up at the trial. After
He
21
did that
years
a
of
number
force,
of times.
Served him right.
and they made him a scapegoat. Actually, I don't know if he was guilty or not, but
He did it numerous times.
was that what?
He did it like 20, 30 times because it suddenly occurred to the court, the judge or whoever, that every time that Johnson was the guy assigned to a drunk driving case, he wouldn't show up. And so
Was
they
this particular
investigated.
attorney? They disbarred the attorney and they also fired him. You know, to me that says that this was a guy that went into the force when he was like 19, right?
Yeah.
So he was certainly gung ho for a long, long time. He must have got extremely jaded and cynical over the 20 years to start doing that.
Yeah. You see what he was doing. He
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
show up
I
whenever
know
there was
how that
drunk
works.
driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was getting a payoff for it.
What was that student nurse's name? I was with that night, or that afternoon.
Barb.
No,
Barb
no, I remember her name.
Allway. Wasn't it Barb Allway?
She had, Bogart,
Barb Bogart.
One of the massive breasts.
bigger than my hand.
That's where you had the little attack that saved you from having to perform.
I had the awfulest, I remember that Tennessee Two-Step. What was that other girl's name?
Which girl?
She seemed to be brighter than the rest, which maybe was irrelevant.
She was with you or with me?
Yeah, no, with me.
Well, she couldn't have been by the rest if she was with you.
You want to go through that? You want to
Pursue the logic of
You want to bring that up?
Okay, there was one that you thought was a real dibble, and that was Molly's friend.
Oh, the white hair.
She was really pretty
Leanne
nice.
Chandler.
Yeah, she was attractive. She looked,
Yeah,
it was kind of like Bimbos on parade.
Leanne Chandler, I remember her. She was cute.
Okay.
But this one was brighter than the rest. Seemed to have more walk.
That was hanging in with you, right?
Yeah, that's where I was with that.
She was the one that wore a wig, and she was, yeah.
She was seemed to be bright. I don't remember what she
Yeah.
was.
She accused me of things that were untrue, I remember.
She did
Sorry,
that.
do you believe where there's smoke, there's fire?
What was her name?
I don't remember what her name was.
This was under
You know, I think back about those times sometimes, and I often wonder how lucky we were that we never really got in serious trouble. You know, when I was in high school, I would get out, we would occasionally throw stones through people's picture windows that we never knew. Ben, it was Ben and those guys. It was that little group and Mike Mills, that group. We did stuff like that. Well, you could get in trouble for that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could. Break it.
We did things that were less serious, like you know, driving in people's yards and leaving the
Spinning the wheels.
spinning the wheels, you know, turn the lines. We used to do that a lot. You know, you get, especially in the suburbs where you know, on a really wet day, you get your car on somebody's yard and you goose it. You'll just run, you know.
Blaine did that one time up in the West Hills, and they got totally stuck in this guy's little.
Two-wheel drive Jeep Wagoneer.
Couldn't get out. The guy came out.
He was rocking it back and forth. All right. But he had presence of
The guy
mind.
was really furious. Blaine told him that what had happened was he'd taken the corner too fast and lost control.
Slid into his yard.
Christy was her name. Christy, that was her name. I don't know, that's all I remember. What's Ben do?
He's a social worker in Toma.
He's a psychologist.
Doing real well.
Yeah.
You certainly could have some empathy with
Oh, you bet.
with problems. It's all academic.
And that's the classic working your way through your problems.
He does really.
And he's in there like 2.5 years now? Is it 3 years he's been there?
2.5.
2.5 years.
Loves his work, loves his job.
You know, for a guy like Ben to go to Tillamook County and not stub his toe, it's pretty, you know, that's such a small little place.
Well,
He hates it. He's tired of it down there. He'd like to move back to Florida now.
I guess.
Like you wanted the beer?
Yeah, I might have.
That's
one.
pretty. We've been having this because German beer is notorious for raising your milk production. That's true, Debbie. That's true. That's exactly why we bought the German beer, right? No, really, it raises milk production.
German beer.
German beer for some reason.
What is it?
Pasteurization process, water, the ingredients, I don't know.
Placebo effect? I don't know. I'm not sure it worked.
German domestic beer is different than, what is it they put in, because that seals,
You want like a Portland ale?
I don't care, whatever you've got the most
What's
of.
this Portland ale? Did you buy this? Do you have any?
Yes, I like it.
German
But then
domestic
I'm
beer
not
is
a-
only like 4 ingredients by law for several hundred years.
Yeah, it still is.
It's
Barley
like
hops.
a locally brewed beer. I can't vouch for the taste because I don't think I've had it too much. It's Portland ale. One of our microbreweries.
Mm.
Oh. I've got a
I'd love to split one with somebody.
Okay, I'll get a
What's
glass
that
and I'll
one?
split.
Henry
Okay.
Weinhardt #3. What are their numbers up to?
I don't know, I don't like Henry Weinhardt
I
actually.
thought it was pretty good.
Do you like it?
Well, I don't
A lot of
know.
people do, I mean, it's just my personal taste. I don't like,
That's pretty good.
I like this
It
stuff.
really
I haven't
is.
had
It's
it in a
got
bottle.
an
I've had it-
unusual taste.
I've had it on draft.
oh, some of the microbreweries, I think that the beer is wonderful.
This really is good
Do
stuff.
you like Red Hook? I really like Red Hook.
Well, this looks like a
Or-
really light amber kind of
Or,
beer.
Is that a good
it's another micro, I don't know where it's
Have
come
you
from.
had this before?
Which what kind is it?
Try that. That's good.
Portland ale.
It's got an unusual taste to it.
Yeah, I like it.
Last week I was in Buffalo.
That sounds like fun.
Well, no, it was actually
They had good weather back then.
unusual. Yeah, it was in the '60s. And there were auditors in this office when I was there, and the guy who runs this office said told the auditors he was going to take them to the Canadian Ballet. Now, I knew what that was, and they didn't.
Hockey.
They,
No, what is it?
They didn't. These guys are going, oh. Canadian Ballet, go across the Peace Bridge. And you go to a place called Maxine's. Now this was, I don't know, since the live sex acts on stage here, this would probably be the second.
Oh, really? It's that level of,
They,